Hey, what's up everybody? Tony from Tucker Speed here. This is episode 2 of the Bagger Racing League Super Street build series. Just want to give you a quick update on our Super Street build and talk a little bit about what we've done so far. We want to dive into some body work and what's required, what's recommended, what's available. So yeah, the last time you saw this bike, we were just stripping it down. We sent the frame off to powder coat, got it coated, got everything back. We have a bunch of parts starting to trickle in now. Still waiting on a motor and suspension. We still got a lot of stuff in the mail, but we got bodywork. So let's talk about bodywork. First off, we got a set of saddlebags. These are being produced by Hoppy Industries. These are still in a prototype phase. These are kind of like a first version, if you will. They're making some tweaks, kind of making some adjustments so that you could buy them. And like, this bag has no holes for any hardware. It's just raw. We're not going to be using the latch and the hinge and everything inside. We're just going to be actually like zip tying these lids on, so we didn't really care about that. But they give it that, you know, that race cut, maybe a little bit of extra lean angle, cool factor. So these will be available from Hoppy relatively soon. So that's what we chose for saddlebags. We're running some carbon fiber parts on here as well, like front fender, bag lids, rear fender. We'll have carbon fiber side covers and a few other cool carbon pieces. Our front fairing, if you remember from the last episode, this bike was in an accident and the front fairing was damaged. I actually just bought this inner and outer assembly on eBay. It was like 300 bucks for the combo. It actually fit pretty good for, you know, what we need. We're actually setting this thing up without all the internals. We don't have the big main metal bracket on the inside. We're not running the speaker pods. Or inside these, there's no compartment inside the lids. We're going to relocate the gauge up to the radio spot. The other big modification we did to this is when we mounted it, we actually mounted it about 3 inches lower than the stock location, just to kind of tuck it down in. Also, you can run lower bars and you know, you don't run into the fairing as soon. And also up front, we're running this new race windshield from Memphis Shades. This kind of goes like all the way down. I can kind of hold it up on the fairing. You can take a look at it. You see this windshield kind of, you know, it's kind of built for aerodynamics, kind of runs all the way down to the front of the fairing. Just has a little bit of a lip in the center so you can kind of tuck in behind it. Kind of a cool thing. These are currently available from Memphis Shades. Just another product that is a result of Bagger Racing happening out there, and it's kind of cool to see. The last thing on the fairing, we had I had a friend of mine make a couple of these, and he hooked me up with one. We're actually not going to be running anything inside the headlight hole. We're just going to be finishing it with this fiberglass cover. We're going to do some body work and paint this to match when we paint the bike, but kind of give it that racy look and kind of finish it off kind of cool. That kind of brings us up to date on where we're at currently on the build. We got fairing mounted and mocked up. We had to do quite a bit of modification. We had to modify that lower bracket inside. We had to do a little bit of modification. Nothing super technical, nothing that you couldn't figure out in your garage if you're doing this on your own. With a grinder and a welder, you might be able to build some of this stuff yourself. We also just need to thank our sponsor, the La Tigers. Thank you for helping us make these videos happen. If you're ever in need, contact the La Tigers. That's where we're at. We're waiting on motor, we're waiting on suspension. We'll talk about that stuff later. The other thing we want to talk about today is gear. If you guys want to follow me over here, I have some of my gear. So, standing over here next to our other build, our Pro Stock build, it's in a similar state right now. We got body work. We do have the motor in this one. We're building the exhaust for this bike. Fairing mounts and everything are quite a bit different on this bike because we're not running an inner. So yeah, this is in the progress as well. So let's talk about gear. First thing is you're going to need a suit. I have a couple of suits here that I've used over the years. Alpine Stars, Core-Tech, there's a handful of other brands. I'm actually running a new brand this year. I currently have one on order from Bison Tracksuits. They're kind of cool because they can custom make you to your body size. There's like 35 measurements that you take and send them, and then you kind of design your colorway. And so it's a really cool suit, kind of custom tailored to your body size. So I'm really excited. I don't have my hands on it yet, but it is being made. So there's a bunch of options, but you are going to need a one-piece leather suit to get on the racetrack. So look for some of these. You can find good deals, and you know, get yourself a suit. You're going to need a Snell rated helmet. I've been running a Shoei. This is an X14. Even like this Simpson, the Outlaw Bandit is actually Snell rated. So this technically would be legal to race with. It just has to have that Snell rating to race. You're gonna need a pair of race boots, gloves. You're gonna need to have gauntlet gloves. That's one thing that a lot of guys show up and they don't have the gauntlet style gloves. It needs to go up over the cuff of your race suit, and you know, good protection. And it's only for your protection. This stuff it sounds like it's an expensive requirement and makes it hard to get into, but really this is the stuff that keeps you safe out on the track. Trust me, all of this race gear, you know, has served its purpose. Like my Shoei here, I went down a couple years ago. You can see some road rash. This stuff has helped me stay safe on the racetrack. I've gone down multiple times on, you know, like on my Cortec, you can see, you know, a little bit of road rash there. I mean, I just got up and walked away from that, you know, lay down. So it keeps you safe. So that's overall kind of where we're at on the build, what's required for gear. So if you need anything, if you have any questions, please just drop some comments below. Don't hesitate to shoot us an email, and we hope to see you guys out on the racetrack.